Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. JJ Redick reveals Lakers starting lineup before training camp. In a recent interview with ESPN's The Low Post podcast, Redick confirmed that he would start the five-man Lakers lineup that enjoyed the most success together last season: Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. Yeah. It will be the starting five that went 23-10 last year, Redick confirmed. While Redick plans to give the five-man lineup a longer rope, the first-year coach will experiment with his offensive schemes, specifically urging Davis and Hachimura to shoot more threes. In terms of what the offense looks like, there will be a decent amount of ball movement, Redick said. The shot profile will hopefully improve from last season. We've talked about ways to create more paint touches. We've also talked about ways to shoot more threes. We've talked about some of the leeway that you have to give certain players with their mid-range shots, whether that's in the post or isolation. Redick also plans to emphasize offensive rebounding and corner crashes, as he feels those traits will help the Lakers create some margins against high-octane offenses that shoot a lot of threes. Last year, the Lakers ranked number 28 in three-point attempts, a number Redick is determined to improve. Fans will get a glimpse at Redick's new-look Lakers during a preseason game against the Timberwolves on October 4. Redick's staff plans to use the preseason and training camp to iron out offensive and defensive philosophies ahead of opening night on October 22. Darvin Ham needed roughly 8 months between the offseason and regular season to land on his starting lineup. JJ Redick needed 2 months on the job. Throughout recent years, Lakers head coaches have kept starting fives close to the vest, to say the least. Both Frank Vogel and Ham gained reputations for never revealing their starting lineups until it was absolutely necessary. JJ Redick isn't following that mold. Despite being nearly a month away from the first game of the regular season and still a week out from even the start of training camp, Redick has already landed on his starting five. And on top of that, he's already willingly sharing it publicly. Redick appeared on the Low Post podcast with Zach Lowe on Tuesday and, when asked if he had settled on a starting lineup, he simply revealed the lineup. What a novel concept. It'll be the starting five that went 23-10 last year. Well, there goes a preseason storyline. And, to be clear, the lineup he is referring to: D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. To be fair, there may not actually be much to debate about that lineup. The only realistic change that could be made is inserting Jared Vanderbilt for Hachimura. However, if reports are to be believed, Vondo might not even be ready from the jump this preseason, which pretty much makes the decision an easy one. After spending last summer talking about continuity and then not leaning into that last season, the Lakers are, at the very least, going to ride that continuity this season with this lineup. In those final 33 games, only one other lineup, the Pacers' starting five, played more minutes together in the entire NBA. The Lakers found ways to leverage their size with that starting five, and it really ignited Hachimura as well. The team also found success with that group in games LeBron sat out as well. Now, the starting five struggled in the playoffs against Denver, but the likely hope is that a season of playing together and figuring out how to correct the weakness will only make them stronger. And even when they struggled, the Lakers led for the vast majority of the series as well, so the struggles weren't that great in context. This is also just a general change for the Lakers, too, as it's been some time since fans have known what the starting five would be heading into the season. You'd have to go back to the 2020-21 season after the Lakers won the title to have a year in which the team entered camp and the season aware of what its starting group would look like. LeBron James is already bullying Bronny during pickup games at Lakers facility. So much for any sort of nepotism from LeBron James this season. All the arguments could be made about Bronny James ending up on the Lakers and if it was a result of nepotism, but LeBron looks like he is going to end those talks pretty quickly heading into the season, it seems. During the Media Day interview for Lakers Vice President of Basketball Operations Rob Pelinka and head coach J.J. Redick on Wednesday, the former shared a story about LeBron playing a pickup game at the team's facility against Bronny. Because LeBron is who he is, Pelinka revealed that he got Bronny to switch on to him defensively, then bullied him just like any dad would against their son. Rob Pelinka says that Bronny James switched on to LeBron James in a scrimmage yesterday and LeBron took him baseline and finished with an up and under and some trash talk. The question came from someone asking Redick about the challenges of navigating the Bronny-LeBron dynamic this season. He noted that he's never viewed it as a challenge before Pelinka interjected and joked about the challenges Bronny has had during pickup games. But seriously, can you imagine having your dad score on you in an NBA facility and then having him trash talk you? Now, Bronny's father is not just some average Joe dad, but even then, it's going to be a long year for Bronny. Earlier this summer, LeBron joked on his podcast that Bronny wouldn't be allowed to call him dad when the two were in the arena or practice facility. Now, he has to deal with his dad scoring on him and talking trash during pickup games? It might be a rough rookie season for Bronny. Patrick Beverley reveals what it's like to play with LeBron James. No superstar player in the history of the NBA has been more widely criticized than LeBron James, who is firmly in the conversation for being one of the best players ever to play the game, even while leading the Los Angeles Lakers at the age of 39. Some believe that James manipulates the rosters of the teams he's played on to shape what and who he wants to play with on the basketball floor, and that has come with mixed results. On one side of things, James has been incredibly successful in forcing his way into situations playing with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Dwayne and Chris Bosh with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami Heat, but then there's where it has gone wrong, with the perfect example being Russell Westbrook with the Lakers, which was a disaster from start to finish with the ripple effect still being felt in Los Angeles. However, James can undoubtedly get the best out of his teammates, as his style of play is geared toward distributing the basketball and consistently getting others involved. Former Lakers teammate Patrick Beverley recently gave insight into what it is like to play alongside the four-time NBA champion via the Pat Bev podcast. "I think he does a hell of a job in getting the best that he can get out of players," Beverley said. "I've noticed with playing with LeBron that you just have to play. You can't worry about LeBron. LeBron gonna get his. Just play." The real question moving forward with James is whether he can still get the best out of his teammates in Los Angeles, with the storied franchise struggling to put talent around him outside of Anthony Davis. Only time will tell if James has one more championship run left in him as he enters the twilight of his playing career with the Lakers. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Patrick Beverley? Leave your opinion in the comments.